Good morning, friends. To touch upon the subject with whom we all, especially the scientific community, environmentalists, NGOs, are directly and indirectly concerned regarding the activities on the Indian Himalaya region. The topic is an ardent need to bridle the lurking dangers over Uttrakhand and Himachal regions. The Hindu Kush Himalayas region, extending around 3,500 kilometers, covering and rapid melting of glaciers as fast as twice for the last 2 decades, now resulting in formation of over 7,500 small and big-sized glacial lakes, posing a severe risk of communities, especially for those living all along the stemmed river like Ganga and Jamuna. To bridle and mitigate the disasters in unstable, sensitive and supersensitive terrains of these small states, the focus warrants on 3 key issues which will help to bridle the gap between science and society. Point number 1. Geological concerns of vulnerable uneven slopes of hills. These are often triggered by landslides, avalanches, hydrological hazards, cloud bursts, flood with molds and silt. For example, the rise in day temperatures on and off when there is torrential rains in the hills, and the air parcels carry moisture depending on frequent temperature change. The rise of even 1.5 to 2 degrees centigrades increase moisture holding capacity by 3 to 4 times over the sensitive hilly terrains of Uttarakhand and Himachal, and these moisture parcels are forced to rise rapidly as they encounter the hill peaks. The rapid upward motion causes cooling and condensation, causing intense rainfall, or say the cloud burst, having havoc in the low-lying areas. To have an effective check on such factors responsible for the weather turmoil, the installation of automatic weather stations, time-lapse cameras to closely monitor the glaciers-fed rivers, snow depth, etc., will help to mitigate the risk and water management strategies. These will act as timely alarm to the communities to have safety measures timely. Number 2 activities, human activities. They are encroachment of river beds. It has been scientifically established that the river beds never encroach. It is the human who usurp and take over their pathways by means of undeveloped and unplanned developments. Road widening, hydropower stations, tunneling, deforestation, urbanization in the name of development are the severe hindrances being created by human causes. The unplanned constructions are the added risk factors to the hills. I should quote a little example. The weight of a simple single-story house is about 150 pounds per cubic feet, or say 1,000 square feet house weight about 1,50,000 pounds, which translate into roughly 75 to 100 tons on the sensitive hills. The magnanimity itself of the weight stress can be imagined on the sensitive terrains of hills of having rail tunnels, big hotels, bridges, quarrying, road infrastructure and unplanned urbanization infrastructure, especially on the seismic sensitive zones in the hills where the earthquakes are very normal phenomena. Let the hills not be covered under the umbrella of artificial constructions. Let them take a sigh of relief in the nature for the welfare of the generations to come. Thus, here I will stress that the need of time is to regulate the unwarranted constructions whatsoever it may be, under the strict vigil and integrate with the scientific methodology which will ease the pressure on the sensitive hills to have a sigh of relief and returning to its natural course. Now, the third point, which is much more important, is eradication of social gaps and augmentation of traditional fragmented disaster management, of multi-level governance, of local being the part of nature, and promoting coordinations will help a lot to mitigate the magnitude of the disasters. Now friends, coming to the conclusion, the unprecedented June 2013 and subsequent events of 2025, paralyzing the life of over 70,000 people because of damaged or blocked roads, besides loss of valuable lives and property in the vulnerable regions, are the result of only uncalled for humans' interference in the nature. Now again, the nature has rang the alarm bell to restrain from the faulty global and consumerist approach in the name of development of tourism in the fragile terrain and on the riverbeds of hill state, as termed by certain NGOs and environmentalists. Similar lines, a team of scientists from European Union, Indian Institute of Technologies and Indian universities also emphasizing in the studies that the need for bridging the gap in science and society due to hydrological changes and outbursts of glacier lakes. Thank you very much, sir.